because I'm going to personally give you... Okay, take that out, you dummy. Welcome to the show. I am the Star Wars Daddy, and I'm bringing you a CAS unboxing video of the majority of these items are modern. We've got loose graded, we've got mint on card graded, and then we've got some bangers at the end that we have to see. They are more vintage items. One of them is gigantic, and it's gonna be quite the unboxing. We have 17 items to go over, and so we won't take too much time here in the beginning. We're going to dive right into these items. And the reason why I have modern items that are graded, loose graded, not mint on card. I got some modern items that are loose graded. I had them sitting around. They're here in my collection. They're like lined up over here, like these kind of guys. And I had them all standing, kind of leaning up against each other, and one would fall over. I would go to grab it, get it reset. I'd knock two more over. I'd go grab those ones. Now I'm knocking these over, and it would drive me insane. Having them graded is perfect because they can be stacked up just like this perfectly. They don't fall over. They display awesome, and that's why I did it. And before we get into the usual stuff that I talk about, there's a big announcement that I'm going to make right now, right here, for all of you people that love to grade your items. A collaboration has happened. A crossover, have you, between two incredible brands, two incredible companies. That is CAS, that is the Star Wars Daddy. We have combined forces to offer you guys a promo code. And it's going to happen right now in this advertisement.
In a galaxy where legends were born, the most iconic brand collaboration shaped pop culture for generations. But for over a decade, there's been silence. Until now. Introducing the Ultimate Alliance, Star Wars Daddy, and Collector Archive Services. Use code DADDY10 and get 10% off your next CAS submission. Why choose CAS for grading? Because they grade more collectibles than anyone else, with blazing fast 90-day turnaround times, the best customer service, best pricing in the industry. Preserve your legacy, protect your collection. Star Wars Daddy and CAS, the collab we've been waiting for.
Oh my gosh, yes, it took me forever to make that advertisement. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We had, man, it's been an incredible week. Talked to CAS personally on the phone. We went over a whole bunch of different things. Stuff that's happening in the works for CAS is very exciting. They are a growing business. I can promise you that. All your items are safe with them, and I hope this commercial really exemplified how awesome grading is. And if you look behind me, I mean, practically every single thing on my walls is graded. And the majority of the stuff that is graded is by CAS. And I have more stuff over there too. We've got tons of stuff. And so many things I have in my collection are graded, and I love grading. And it was something that I was nervous about. I can tell you I was nervous about it when it was my first time doing it. I'm like, I'm gonna send thousands of dollars of these action figures to some place in Florida, and then they're gonna turn around at some point and get these things graded and make them look like this and then mail them back. Man, this sounds like a very risky situation, but I can promise you that if, as long as you have insurance going all the different places, you're protected. CAS is awesome. When they receive these items, they get things in the system. You know that they've got them. They show up on the website. When things are graded, you can see your scores, all that stuff. You have tracking numbers. There's just so much happening that you can feel protected with CAS and what they do. And their customer service is through the roof. I email them if I have a question, and typically if it's in like the morning time period or before lunch, I have a response within 15, 20 minutes. It's unbelievable. They have the fastest turnaround times that are out of all the grading companies. They grade everything, and some of their work is incredible. You're going to see some of that work. I promise you, you're going to see some of that work right here in this video. Some of the acrylic work they do is just exceptional, and this gigantic item, they did such an incredible job with it. And so I am so excited to be able to offer that promo code DADDY10 at checkout. And that goes through August 31st, like you saw in the commercial, and it's exclusive. It's only happening with me. It's happening with a Star Wars Daddy. This is my code. They only have one code going at a time, and it's me all the way for the rest of the summer. So please, if you have any items that you are going to send off to be graded, you want to try it for the very first time, please go ahead and do that. Use that code, get your discount. That will really help this channel. It helps CAS. It helps you in your collection so that your collection can look organized and look beautiful. Guys, there's going to be another commercial, another commercial about the Star Wars Daddy and memberships here on this channel. Memberships is the best way that you can support me, as all those funds that come in from memberships go right back into this channel to help improve the videos. Software, all kinds of hardware, everything that's needed to make these videos better for you happens because of memberships. It also, when you become a member, I give away tons of free stuff. If you're already a member, you know, it's never ending here with the Star Wars Daddy, the stuff that I'm giving away for free when you join memberships. And we have monthly giveaways that happen every single month where I'm giving like 5 or 6 items away. That's well over $100 with the Star Wars items to members only. And so memberships goes and helps pay for those kind of items, makes those things better. And so it's the best way you can support me. So please watch the commercial. It'll play sometime during this video, and you can learn about everything that I am offering for free for your membership. Just in case you've missed some items, we had some videos come out recently. Right here is eBay episode 84. These are recaps of all of the items I sold on eBay on Sunday. They're 7-day auctions. They never end. All year long, every year it happens. And so we have 50 to 150 items that I'm selling. They're Kenner, Star Wars action figures, accessories, playsets, vehicles, creatures, everything you need to fill holes in your collection happen on these videos. And these recaps give you price points so you know what these things are selling for. I give shout outs to every single person that purchases from me. We crown a Daddy of the Week, which is the most prestigious award in all of collecting. It's the person that spent the most money with me. We also do a feature on a figure so that you can learn about that figure. We see the COOs on the back of the legs. We know what the accessories are. We show movie clips, and then we go to Wikipedia to learn information specific about this character. There's a lot of figures. You might not know who in the world these people are, but we do everything we can to make you an informed collector on these videos. We also have a random giveaway. Yes, more free stuff I'm giving away happens on these videos. I have one of the action figures will be picked out randomly by my wife or my son when he's in town, and the person that purchased that item gets a whole bunch of free stuff in their package. And then we also had, this last Sunday, a week ago, I opened 5 collections. We had 5 collections that came in. They're all action figures and accessories that then turned into the eBay items that we just talked about on that previous video. And there was all kinds of crazy stuff. We had last 17s. We had a double telescoping Luke Skywalker. We had a Red Bar R5D4. Are your ears perking up right now? So the R5D4, I think, is actually going to be ending this afternoon. It's already up for sale. The double telescoping Luke Skywalker will be up for sale coming up this week. So a lot of incredible items, and I do a dive into these things. We look at see if there's some reproductions and whatnot, so you can learn from how I resell these items. All right, guys, I think we're done. One thing I want you to do, though, if you could, please, if you appreciate the 10% discount that you're going to get through CAS, if you love the Star Wars Daddy, if you love Star Wars content, please, if you could, hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that bell notification, be notified of all the upcoming content that I will discuss in the outro of this video. And I want to just tell you, there is going to be a disaster situation that happens in this video from one of these items that was graded. It's not CAS's fault, it's not my fault, it's the manufacturer's fault, but it definitely ruins something I was excited about getting back. And you're going to see that now in this unboxing. Make sure to stick around until the end for the outro so you can learn about all the stuff that's coming. I really appreciate all you guys' support. Let's get into all of these graded items. Okay, let's hop right into these guys. The very first one is from The Mandalorian. I think season 1, right? And what we got is a 2022 Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection VC number 225, The Mandalorian. And this guy's known as the Mithril. Got a 93.8 overall for 90 plus. I mean, pretty incredible score. I guess my only disappointment I think that I would have Now, obviously, this guy came with a ton of accessories, as we can see in here, but the accessories are just loose in there. Nothing, they're not separated. So in order to kind of see them all, you have to shake it and move them around to be able to get, you know, a good view of them. Now it's stuck. I got two of them stuck there halfway up. Obviously, it would have taken a lot of time probably to have made little tiny holders for each one of these, but you know, I've got some examples of some other items where they did take their time and put them all into different little holders. But then the acrylic now is going to be bigger because you got all these extra spaces. But overall, this guy's pretty cool. I love the blue paint on him. I think they did a pretty good job overall, Hasbro. And I've got some of these guys up here because I have him mint on card as well. So we've got both of them here. Let me know which one you think is better. I'm going to already answer it. Okay, it's this one, obviously. Because here on the Hasbro one, you know, we can see each individual piece there in the blister. Obviously, it was much easier to grade this because it's just a mint on card, and this guy got a 95 on this one. And listen, I am no big fan of the Mithril. He just happened to be, I think I bought it this way, graded, and I got it for super cheap. It was like 40 bucks. So I was like, oh, okay, grade 95, mint on card, even though it's vintage, or, you know, it's modern, vintage collection, I'll spend $40 on that. And then this guy had loose in the collection, and I'm not sure if he, where did I pick him up? I don't remember where I picked him up, but I decided to just send him off to be loose graded, and now we got the matching pair. All right, we'll go to a different series here and take a look at Andor. What an incredible series that was, both Season 1 and Season 2, leading right into Rogue One. Yeah, there were some slow moments. Obviously, as this, you know, the rebellion was building, it had to start small. There had to be a lot of political stuff, and that was definitely shown in the series. But I absolutely loved this series, especially the last 4 or 5 episodes of Season 2 were just incredible. Kept you on the edge of your seat. And it looks like his foot's trying to come out, doesn't it? It's kind of like not in the holder anymore, but he looks to be secure. That's the good part. And what do we have here? We've got a 2022 Hasbro Star Wars, the Vintage Collection VC 261 Andor, Cassian Andor, 97.2 for an overall 95, almost a 95 plus. Now, we're going to get to a disaster here soon. I guess the conversation needs to be about, is it better to just grade these loose or to grade them on the card? And we're going to find out what took place and what happened. But I'm starting to lean towards just having these things loose graded, because you can see that, you know, very clearly. I knew this guy was going to get a very good grade. He'd just come off the blister. No way that he'd had any wear and tear. It's not like I was playing with him. He just went up for display. And, you know, I mentioned probably in the beginning, one of the reasons why I graded a whole bunch of these loose graded modern figures is because they just kept falling over. I would go to reach for one, I would knock over, you know, one, and I'd reach to put him back up, I'd knock over 4 or 5 of them. It was a nightmare. So I was like, you know what, enough dealing with that. I'm just going to get them all graded. But obviously this one is fit for the times with Cassian Andor and the Andor series coming out. He did such an incredible job. Okay, and going back over to the Mandalorian, we've got the dark saber there. Take a look at that thing. Looks pretty cool. This one looks really great, loose graded. And what do we have? Now this one, so, you know, I just talked about Andor getting such a high grade, but then look at this one. 2020 Hasbro Star Wars TVC, the Vintage Collection VC 180. The Mandalorian Moff Gideon with an 84.3, so almost an 85, but got the 80 plus. And so who knows? I mean, it could be this chest paint maybe. Is there a little ding right there? Is that what we see, a little ding on the chest paint? You know, that's got to be a factory issue, right? Because this guy came right off the card. I mean, not much else there. There we got the darksaber again. Just looks awesome. It just looks great displayed. So, you know, listen, didn't get a super high grade. I got a very decent grade, but he looks incredible, loose graded. I just got word the Rose City Comic-Con that happens in January is going to have the actress, this actress right here, I can't remember her name, I'm sure it popped right up, and she's going to be signing stuff. Now, I don't know if I'm going to go down there and actually have her sign, you know, this acrylic. We'll see what happens. I'm sure I'm going to go to the Comic-Con. I have never been to a Comic-Con. I know, surprising. It's just nothing, especially the Portland one. It's not like we get like these gigantic actors or actresses that come here, so there's never been a poll to go. But I'm thinking I'm probably going to go coming up in January, and so maybe I will sign up to have a signature. Maybe she'll sign the top right here, and then maybe what is it? GSA will put their little sticker right there. That would look pretty cool, huh? And actually, it would make this kind of worthwhile, to be honest. We've got a 2022 Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection VC226, The Mandalorian, Bo-Katan Kryze, or Kryze, I don't know how she pronounces that last name, 88.8, so very close to a 90, 85 plus. And look, so we've got a bunch of accessories, and look how CAS did this. I mean, this is the exceptional thing that CAS does, is when they do things like this. So that's what I would have kind of liked with the Mithril, is something more along these lines. Again, I know it's time consuming. It's more of a project, and probably is not worth the $50 that they're charging to do the additional stuff with all these accessories on a loose graded figure. I get it. But look how nice this looks now. So if the Mithril could look like this, I think that would have definitely elevated the Mithril in general, since he's kind of like, nobody really cares about him. But this one looks great. All right, sticking with the Mandalorian here. Now we got a side-by-side piece here, because I've got the graded one mint on card here. We got a 90 plus down there. And this is 2021 Hasbro Star Wars TVC, the Vintage Collection VC206, The Mandalorian. This is IG-11. Got the 90, almost a 90 plus. We're very close. And here's the back. Look at those blasters. He just looks awesome loose graded. You put them up next to each other here. It's kind of hard to see with all the reflections of the acrylic and the lights, but I really do think that he displays much better loose like this. But this is an awesome card back. So why would you not want the card back if you can get an excellent grade? And we got the 90 plus down here. So the grade was better with the mint on card in this scenario, 90 plus compared to a 90. Now this was almost a 90 plus. It was just barely off. But I mean, it worked out doing the mint on card versus loose grading. All right, and it is Ahsoka. Now I got this because the Ahsoka series came out, and this is a pretty nice version. We've got the 2021 Hasbro Star Wars TVC, the Vintage Collection VC202, the Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano, Mandalore, 88.4, very close to a 90, but we've got the 85 plus. How great does this display with those two sabers there? I mean, she just looks awesome. And I happen to like the Ahsoka series, and there's all these rumors about Ahsoka too, and I'm very excited about it. I'm hoping that we will maybe get some new people on it that kind of just elevate the series. Maybe bring in some cast that is needed for Star Wars, kind of rejuvenate it. And but otherwise, I did like Ahsoka Series 1. There were obviously a couple things that are just like, okay, a little weird. But overall, it was not that bad. All right, sticking back to the Mandalorian. Take a look. Now, see, here we go again. Tons of accessories. And look how CAS does this. I mean, it's just beautiful. Even these little these fire pieces are loose. And so they had to build, these extra brackets down here and keep this very tight so that those things don't pop out. This is probably, a very dangerous scenario. But look at all the acrylic they use. And they use a ton of acrylic, but look, it doesn't take away from the jetpack at all. You still see the jetpack easily, and it looks awesome. Let's take a look at what we have. We've got a 2024 Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection VC343 Cobb Vanth Mandalorian Armor, 89.3, almost the 90, so close, 85 plus. Let's take a look at that helmet. There's that helmet that's all, scarred up and beat up. Here's the back. And so that jetpack has a little bump there that would have gone right into his back there. If you haven't seen him mint on card, I think that's actually, I don't know if it's loose or not, but that does go onto his back. And he's got the holster for his gun, and then I guess he has to hold the rifle. And then he's got the Mandalorian helmet. But this guy is pretty cool. And I knew when I was making a decision to send off these, loose figures that were modern, I knew that this one had to go. So he just looks incredible. All right, this one I had as a mint in box, because this figure came out during Hasbro's fight to get rid of plastic, and he was inside of a box. And so there's just a picture on the outside of a square or rectangle box with showing you what it could look like if you opened it and took it out. So no blisters, so you couldn't just see what the figure looked like, right, on a mint-on card. You had to open it. And so I was like, well, if I open it, okay, I guess I'll open it. So I did, and then this guy has so many accessories. He's got 2 of the Stormtrooper helmets. He's got, again, another jetpack just like Cobb Vanth did. And again, they did the same kind of job there. Perfect. And then he's got the rifle or the shotgun, whatever it is. And then he's got his little handgun. And then I think the skirt is removable, if I remember right. Maybe it's not. Can't remember if that is intended to come off or if it's, on there very tight. But they did an excellent job. This is beautiful. I love how the Stormtroopers are, right up here at the top, and they're both looking at you, right? They didn't go haywire on us and spin around. That would have been a big bummer. So everything on here is excellent, and this is the only way to display this. I'm not going to display it in a cardboard box where you can't see it. And we've got the 2022 Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection, The Book of Boba Fett Tatooine 88.3, which is an overall 85 plus. Absolutely amazing display. Items like this that are modern and graded in this type of way absolutely need to be in your collection and be displayed. These things are beautiful. Okay, here is a Boba Fett. Take a look at how CAS did this one. And we've got the counterpart right here, which I think I won this from John, the action figure grader, a while back. I think it was just a claim. He was just giving away for free on his site, and I claimed it first. Yet I think what the criteria is you couldn't have already have one. So if you don't have one, I'll give this away to someone for free so they can have one. And I did not have it. And so it's been sitting here in my collection this entire time. And I ended up getting a loose one. So I didn't have to tear this guy off the card. And so this is what he would have looked like, right? And this, look at the mint on card here. His blasters are back behind him, so you can't really see them. They're not very displayable. And now look at it with the loose grade. You see everything perfectly. You can see the back of the coin. Let's take a look at the back of this card. So obviously it's the 50th anniversary, right, of some of their figures they made. They kind of redid them a little bit. I swear I had a C-3PO at one point, but I don't think I do, and I never got the R2-D2. So this guy right here is probably going to be a monthly giveaway for members. We have the monthly member giveaway every single month where we do drawings. This will be up for that monthly drawing since I don't need a mint on card that's not graded or an acrylic because we got this guy right here. 2021 Star Wars Lucas Limited 50th anniversary Droid Series Target exclusive Boba Fett 93.6 for an overall 90 plus. How beautiful is this figure? And on this one, it didn't have the little flames coming out, so they didn't have to worry about that over at CAS. So a little bit easier for them to grade. There's the back of the coin. I can't even read what that says. Yeah, I can't read it. So, man, this one displays incredible. We got so many small little pieces like this. I think this thing actually detaches, this little cape thing. But I think they've got it pinched up in here on the acrylic part, the holder. And even this, his armband, I think, can come off his arm too. So they think they've got that pinched in there. So they did a great job. Perfect on this one. Look, his legs are locked in. I mean, this one was done perfectly. Okay, guys, one of my favorite items. I love General Grievous. And this has been sitting in my collection for a very long time. Back when I had my old house, this was in my collection. And most of my collection at that point was loose. And so this fit in very well. And then it's been sitting here in my collection. But he's been sitting there, and he's hard to stand up on his own. Look at those feet, right? Hard for him to actually stand up. He has weird weight proportions. So with all those arms and the way he moves, so it's very hard to stand up. So I basically had him resting in a corner behind a vehicle that was kind of holding him up. And then, all these sabers, I just had it at his feet. The blaster, I think I had in one of his hands. But it was very hard to display this loose. And so I was like, oh, man, let's send this thing off. And, I mean, come on. How incredible does this look? It looks awesome. We've got a 2010 Hasbro Star Wars The Vintage Collection VC-17. Revenge of the Sith General Grievous 93.9 for an overall 90 plus. He's beautiful. Let's look at the back. Look at that cape. Look at the design on there. Beautiful. There's the blasters. He's got the two extra sabers that did not have the actual blades on them. And those went inside of his jacket. And then he could hold on to these two with his hands. There's these little pockets right there. He's got 4 pockets, actually. 2 on each side. So I guess if you picked up some other ones, you could put those inside of his jacket as well. But man, this is one of my favorite items out of this haul. All right, I believe I got this from Chris over at 5 Idiot Stocking Toys and Rogue5Toys.com. And it is another General Grievous. This is as seen on the Cartoon Network. There was a series of these guys that came out on TV News Season 3. So I guess there's a few seasons. But this is definitely looks very cartoony. The figure in there. I don't even know if there's... Oh, yeah, there's a lightsaber. Hard to see. But there's a blue lightsaber. I'm looking for anything else. Oh, green one at the top. So a green saber, a blue saber. And if you look in there deep, you can see there are some hilts. There's one back here, and there's one right there. So we got a couple hilts in there, just like the one we looked at. Here's the back. And look at these other cartoon characters. They're very cartoony looking. I don't have any of these ones at all. But the only reason I picked this up because it's General Grievous, and it was such a steal of a deal from Chris. And we got 2005 Hasbro Cartoon Network Star Wars Clone Wars General Grievous. The card got an 80, blister got an 85, figure got a 90. For an overall 80 plus, just an incredible card. And look how that displays. This is going to look great in the collection. Hey, it's me, Carl, a Rebel Soldier. And I'm back on Hoth again, searching for all those amazing perks that come with the Star Wars Daddy membership program here on YouTube, which I just signed up for. At least it's safe here now that the Empire has been destroyed. Wait, what's that? Ah! Oh no, the Wampa got me? The only way for me to get out of this situation is by using the Force. The Force that comes from the Star Wars Daddy membership perks, like member-only monthly giveaways. Free action figures and Star Wars Daddy stickers on your next eBay purchase. Free eBay shipping on all action figures and accessories in the middle and top tiers of memberships. And the Star Wars Daddy t-shirt I'm wearing after certain tenure. There are even more perks, but I don't have time to list them all off with this Wampa situation. I've got to use all these membership perks. I'm feeling the Force. I'm feeling the Force. Memberships! Okay, guys, we're now taking a look at the Rebels figures that came with the HasLab Ghost. Now, I did an unboxing video of the entire Ghost, brand new. Open the box. These 4 figures were in their own box within the box. I opened that up. We took them out delicately. We laid them all out. We did, we showed every one of them on video. They all look identically perfect, except one of these ended up being a nightmare. And so we will do that one last. We'll start right to left here. We got Hera Syndulla, and take a look at that. Those colors pop. I kind of like that they have the cartoon coloring in, of this, of the card. And then here's the back. There's all of them as well. I think they're all exactly the same, except they'll have their own little bios there. Look at all those little accessories. Imagine CAS if you had to do all those little tiny accessories. What do we have here? We've got a 2024 Hasbro TVC The Ghost Star Wars Rebels. It's HAS003 is the code for it. Hera Syndulla, HasLab exclusive. Card got a 95, blister got a 95, figure got a 95 for a 97.1, almost a 95 plus. Incredible score, 95. This thing, like we said, we opened these up. We were very delicate with them because they looked so nice. And we're narrowing our way down to the disaster. Next is Kanan Jarrus right here. We have not yet seen him live in person, only on cartoon, hoping that he will pop up maybe in Ahsoka 2. That would be great. Unless he's dead, I don't know. Is he dead in the series? I couldn't tell you. I didn't watch Rebels. I watched, I think, the first season of Rebels. That was it. and was with my son when he was much younger, and I don't remember at all anything about it, to be honest. And here we've got a 2024 Hasbro TVC The Ghost Star Wars Rebels Has 005 Kanan Jarrus HasLab exclusive. Card got an 85, blister got a 90, figure got a 95, an 89.1 for an 85 plus. So we're still very close to a 90 here on this one. What did we get marked down? The card was the markdown, and you know, I'm looking and I couldn't tell you. I mean, again, this thing came right out of the packing slip. I don't see anything on here. Maybe there's this little tiny, do you see that? This little tiny creasing that's right here along this side. That's the only thing I can see. I'm looking at all the corners. I'm looking at if there's any litho type damage, but there's nothing that was litho on it. So I don't know, you know, any stickers or anything. And then I guess there's maybe, I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to find it. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that. Right here. There's two little tiny marks right there. So it has to be that. And listen, I'm perfectly fine with an 85 plus. No problem with that. He looks amazing. Love all the colors that are on that one. And look at the colors on this one. I mean, Ezra Bridger just pops on this one. He's got his little creature down there, which looks awesome. And then up here, he's probably everybody's favorite. Look at him. He's got the lightsaber. He's got the Leia Bouche helmet. And then he's got this little guy. And what did we get here? 2024 Hasbro TVC The Ghost Star Wars Rebels has 004 Ezra Bridger HasLab exclusive. Card got a 90, blister got a 95, figure got a 95 for an overall 94.1, almost the 95. We got a 90 plus. And here it is, the exact same card back, just the bio is different. So they, you know, saved money there. But we'll take a look at him here. He's popping in there. Looks just incredible. This one's great. It was nice seeing him in Ahsoka. And so now we just had a 95, an 85 plus, and a 90 plus. So I guess we can assume the problem is here. And it is. Yeah, so we'll bring him in here. I'll hide the grade with my thumb there. Now, when this one took a while for whatever reason with CAS, we had these three that were done all on the same day, and then this one wasn't graded. So I don't know if it was just a clerical error in the system, just didn't put this one in. I have no idea, but for whatever reason, this one didn't get graded for like 2 weeks after the other three were graded. They were all in one order. So it was just these four all by themselves. And so I reached out and just to ask, hey, the other three were done like 2 weeks ago. Is there something wrong? Like, is this one just caught in the system? And then immediately it got uploaded into the system, and they, you know, sent out an email for shipping. And then I went in to just take a look at the grade online through CAS, which is wonderful that you can go in and do. And I looked at the grade, and I was like, okay, is this a typo? Let's go back. So I emailed back and said, hey, I just want to double check this grade because these all came out of the shipping box. I just watched the video where I opened this guy up and pulled him out, looked at him. He looks perfect. Did something happen when I shipped it to you guys, or something happened when you guys got it? And they couldn't really answer because they don't write that stuff down, right? Why something got a lower grade, which I wish they would do, especially if it's like a low grade. If everything is like, I don't need them to nitpick from a 90 to a 75 plus. But if there's something that's an outlier, it would be nice if there were notes that they had that would tell you, hey, there's a hole in the blister, or there's a part of the card back is missing, or the figure has completely yellowed inside the blister. Something like that, to where you can just go to that and go, okay, gotcha, that's why we have this low score. But they don't know. This had already been put into the shipping box, so they couldn't tell me. But they did tell me that there's many times that there are issues with the blister directly from Hasbro. So I'm going to pop up right now. You can see it. There is a slit in the blister, for crying out loud. At the bottom of the blister, where I would never have looked, there is a slit down there. And it's right on the corner, just very flimsy right there. You see it? I mean, look at that. What a bummer. I never saw that. You know, I would never think, I guess I would just never think on a brand new mint on card that's never been touched, just comes right from the factory. And something I'd looked at, right, that I would need to go double check it to make sure that, you know, it got through the manufacturer. Because I would assume that this should have been caught in the factory. They should have, you know, thrown this one out, replaced it with another one. But they didn't. So what a nightmare. So let's take a look at what we have here, guys. We've got a 2024 Hasbro TVC The Ghost, Star Wars Rebels, Has 006, Garazeb Zeb, Aurelius, HasLab exclusive. Card got a 90. Figure got a 95. The blister got a 60 for a 65.8. 65 overall. Yep, there's that ding right there. Unbelievable, guys. Here's the back. It's exactly the same as the other ones. Just the bio on Zeb. It was nice seeing him in a couple cameos. He's popped up. It'd be nice if we actually got him in maybe a Ahsoka 2. We get, like, you know, him throughout the entire series. I think that would be a fan favorite. Because look how nice this looks. And then we get this just crummy score. And it's not CAS's fault. It's not my fault. It's not like I shipped it poorly. It's not the post office's fault. This literally is a cracking that happened with the blister. And unfortunately, it's just what it is. And I just never saw it. I didn't look for it. It's a big crack out of the bottom. It's like it got dinged or something, maybe in the factory, like crushed in that corner or something. It just snapped. So anyways, that is the bummer, guys. And so now I've got these 4 awesome figures. And I've got this, you know, this kind of like a little bit of a bummer that I'm going to always know there's a bummer here. So leave me a comment down below. Do I go get another one, purchase this mint on card, send it off, then have this one as a giveaway or something? I don't know. Just let me know what you guys think. Okay, the last 2. If you remember, I went to a toy show up in Washington with Aiden Jam from YouTube. My little buddy, he had a whole bunch of items on a list of toys he was collecting that were from the 90s. So him and we went hunting for toys at this toy show, and I ended up only purchasing 2 items. And those 2 items I sent off for grading, and they're going to be here in this episode here. And one of them you're staring at right here. We've jumped away from Star Wars. If you know, you know. I'm trying to slowly collect loose graded Indiana Jones figures to get the entire set, and I'm very close. We're going to see one of the items I needed that I'm going to send off to be graded in next week's video, in the July mail haul video, which I'll talk about at the outro. But we've got this one here, and this one I got such a steal of a deal for her. I knew the guy. He's from the Star Wars store. It's in Clackamas. He's been a collector forever, a seller forever. He had a couple locations. He had one at the Washington Square Mall in the Beaverton area, Tigard area, here local to me. And then they sold that one off, and he's back at the Clackamas store. And he had this, and I think he asked $300 for this, which is a steal, because I also have the card back as well. And I probably should have graded this with the card back, you know, behind it, because CS does that. They would put the card back behind it. The problem is that all the other figures I have for this line are all loose like this. So it didn't make sense for me to have this one outlier. And so I'm probably just going to sell the card back here. It's just sitting next to me. I've just been holding on to it. What do we have here? We got the 1982 Kenner Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark. And it's Marion Ravenwood with an 80.8, 80 overall. There's her monkey. Apparently this stand right here, this is like a little foot stand for her to stand on. It comes in the mint on card. I didn't even know that was part of it. Apparently that is part of her. And so that's probably missing all the time. And here's the back of her. She's got the little flower thing on her dress. She's got those little high heels, it looks like, right down there. I mean, pretty nice overall. A little bit of paint wear. That's probably why I didn't get a higher grade. A little paint wear on the toes. Otherwise, she looks very nice. And glad to add this to my Indiana Jones collection. I think we're missing, maybe for the 1982 line, I think we're maybe missing just one now after the one I just picked up. So it'd be nice to have all those. We'll do maybe a little Indiana Jones video at some point once I get all those completed. And now, the grand finale. I have to stand up. I have to move the camera. Take a look at this. It's a C-3PO sealed case. Holds 40 Star Wars action figures, including a special chamber to store accessories. There it all is. and it is sealed. And take a look at this acrylic. This thing is huge. Here, we'll get all sides. I'm going to tip it so we can see it. There's the back. Just looks incredible. And I picked this up at the same show. I got this for, I think, $275, I think was what it was. Somewhere in those lines. Maybe it was $300. I don't know. And the great thing that I will tell you that CAS did, I mean, just look, the acrylic looks awesome, right? Just fits in there perfect. This thing costs $140 to have it shipped back to me from CAS. All right, turned it on its side so we can see it. This is the great thing that CAS started doing. They started putting the labels to where you can actually see them, which is perfect. And so what do we have here? We've got the 1983 Kenner Star Wars, C-3PO, Return of the Jedi collector's case. The blister got a 70. So that must be the cardboard. The wrapper got an 80, which is the cellophane that this thing is sealed up in. And then the overall case got an 85 for a 75. And I'll take that all day, for crying out loud. This thing is one of the hardest things to get in super nice condition because of the cellophane. Always, when it gets old, it starts to crack in lots of different locations. But this thing was all sealed up. We do have, a little bit of fold there. We got a little bit of a litho damage there. And that's probably what brought the score down. But other than those two things on the front, I mean, look at the back. Okay, we got a little bit right there. So a couple things on the back too. So just a couple little things. But as far as the display is concerned, this thing is awesome. I probably would not have this in my collection by itself if it wasn't graded. It just takes up too much space. And so now that it's graded, though, look at it. It looks exceptional. And so this is something I'm proud to put up. And what's nice about how big this acrylic is I can put stuff on top. So this can go on, a wall somewhere, and then now I've got surface space to put other graded items right on top. It's perfect for like a shelf. But this is absolutely incredible. So glad that I sent those, I went to the toy show to begin with, found two incredible items, got them graded, got them back, and so happy to share those with you today. All right, we did it. We got through all those items, 17 items. How unbelievable. Who grades modern loose graded items? Probably nobody, because I can promise you the value is not there, right? The cost for what these cost to grade, which is about $50. I probably got it at a discount because there was some discount code that was happening. But shipping back to and forth, it's not worth what the grading cost is. But I told you about why I do it. I don't want them loose. It's a nightmare for me. I mean, even right now, let's take a look at this. Right now, look at this. I've got a modern figure right there who is laying down up against the glass. He's fallen down. And when I go in there to piece him back up, place him back into the thing, I'm sure I'm going to knock over 2 or 3 more figures. It's nuts. I can't stand that. I love to have organization, and I love to have things that can stack up on the wall and look super nice in my collection. And so that is why I graded those items, because otherwise I was just going to sell them, but I wanted to keep them in the collection. So I was like, you know what? It's worth the money to me to have them displayed. I want them to be displayable, stackable, and that's what I'm paying for. And how about the mishap with Zeb? Man, what a bummer, right? Not much I can do at this point. So the choices are, I just don't care, right? I've got the HasLab Ghost. I need to build a bracket for it to put it up on the wall, and then I'll put a shelf to put the 4 graded items underneath it. That's the plan. Is anybody else going to know that that's a 65 grade that's sitting over there? Because there's not that many people come down here. It's me and my wife, my son, some guests when we have them over. It's just going to be me. So I'll probably just keep it the way it is. Or I could just go buy one and then try to regrade it again. But I will take a magnifying glass and I will zoom in on every little bit of that figure. Going forward, I have a whole magnifying glass set, especially looking at these little accessories and stuff as I'm reselling and just getting items in, right? And then taking a look at the items I want to send off to grading. I'm always looking through these little magnifying glasses to make sure that I have what I think I have. And so, yeah, this is just a bummer there. But then, listen, and then it's a bummer there. But then you take a look at the C-3PO. It's unbelievable. It costs $140 to get that thing shipped back to me, along with a shipping cost to get it to them, right? So that was an expensive item. And then getting that Indiana Jones figure, Marion, to go with my collection, that just helps knock something off of a list of things that I am trying to collect. If you enjoyed this video, if you enjoy getting that CAS discount, Daddy 10 at checkout, please hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the bell notification to be notified of all the upcoming content I'm going to tell you about right now. This Sunday, It's already the end of July. I cannot believe it. It's actually the end of July, kind of like right now when this video is coming out, but it's going to really be the end of July, start of August, next Sunday. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at all the items that I've personally kept in my collection, the things that I've paid for, that I'm keeping. I've got a stack of them right over here. We've got all kinds of different toy lines as well. It's not just Star Wars. There are Star Wars, but we also have some other toy lines. We're going to have Indiana Jones. We're going to have Dick Tracy. I can't see. There's something else too. There's another toy line, Hot Wheels. You into Hot Wheels? We got a Hot Wheel, and then we've got all kinds of graded Star Wars items and loose items that you're going to have to see this Sunday. After that, a week from now, not counting the Wednesday eBay videos that come out every single Wednesday, we're talking about the Sunday videos. And in 2 Sundays, I have I don't just have I have 3 Theory Sabers that I need to do an unboxing for. They're all in one package. It was a buy one, get 2 free, and I could not say no, especially after they sent me a free saber, the Darth Maul saber. I felt like I owed them for that, and so we purchased one, got 2 sabers, and we're going to unbox that, take a look at that. Why do I have 3 sabers? Am I keeping them all? Am I giving them away? What is going to happen? Well, you'll find out in a couple Sundays. All right, guys, that's it. Remember, Daddy 10 at checkout all the way through August 31st. Right now, the exclusive discount happening only with the Star Wars Daddy with CAS. It is a big deal. I'm going to be reminding you guys every single video. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you about memberships. I'm going to tell you about the CAS discount code that you have through me. It's gigantic for me. It's a milestone. It sets the bar, right? With this collaboration that CAS has bestowed in me, has trusted in me. It's absolutely incredible, and I'm gonna take full advantage of this, and I'm gonna make sure you guys take full advantage of this, and we'll do this as a community. I appreciate all your guys' support, you guys. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to check out all my other videos. All my links are down below in the description of this video, where you can see Instagram, TikTok, my email address if you want to contact me. If you have questions about grading, down below, email me. Well, I can answer all your questions. And then I've also got the membership link down there as well, and my eBay link. So everything is down below in the description of this video. You guys, until the next time. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's fitting, right? With all of those loose graded items that we had. Absolutely. The Mandalorian and Grogu. What a shirt. Who is your daddy? Okay, back to the Mandalorian, and look at this. Look at that Darth Saber right there. Wait, not Darth Saber. And so that'll probably be an item that'll be up for that. I don't know what I'm saying. The second shelf over there. You can't see. I'm looking at it. Great filming that I'm talking about something you can't see.